think that it's important that people in our area understand the value that's out there. It's really hard to overemphasize. I'm seeing what my kids are paying in tuition, and it's easily a tenth of what it would be at a lot of other universities. And I know from firsthand experience that the quality of education is there.
Born in Roseburg, lived in Alaska as a little kid for 7 or 8 years, and came back here when we left Alaska, mostly because of family connections. And then went to university in Salem and at Willamette, and came back here to work afterwards.
A lot of our lab clients are all the public water systems are regulated to test their drinking water fairly frequently, especially for things like E. coli. And then they have broader frequencies for like herbicides and pesticides, disinfection byproducts, things like that. So all the local municipalities are coming to us for water testing. Basically, one to keep the water safe, and the other to make sure they're not discharging too much nutrient or other contaminants into surface water. Microbial check valve, we call it that because its original implementation was to prevent bacteria from being able to migrate back up through a channel or a tube when there was no flow. An MCV unit was put in place to prevent back migration of bacteria from a part of the system that could not be kept clean, basically. And then it evolved from there into all the other applications that it's used now. And so that was awarded to us. When a student graduates from college with a bachelor's degree in biology or chemistry, they have lab classes every term, every semester, and they don't know how to do anything in a lab. Because when they show up to their lab, there's an employee of the university that's made all the solutions, has done all the glassware, has laid out everything. You have a checklist and you go pick up the things you need. We get new employees all the time. The first thing I have to do is teach them how to pipette. So you have someone with a bachelor's degree in a life science, chemistry or biology, and they can't run a pipetter. When I was at UCC, Dr. Ritter, it's one of the first things he taught everyone how to do is run a pipette. And it doesn't sound like very important, but when you get out of the school environment, you're at work. You have production. You have things you have to get done. And being able to do them efficiently is a very big deal. He was a very practical instructor. And after 4 years at university, I learned how to pipette at UCC. And that was a skill that I used every day at work. When Bill, who was the last president of the company, at the time he was a vice president and was the lab manager, he called Dr. Ritter and was like, we need a technician. And so I just called Tom. Worked as a lab tech, and then I worked as a research tech, and then a research project manager, and then back in the labs. And so the role was changing. As the role changed, it kind of kept things interesting. And so it's worked out really good. Both my older kids are at UCC, and they've been able to stay at home and work part-time and work full-time in the summers, pay no rent. And, like between the two of them, they've saved close to $100,000. It's hard to overemphasize the value of UCC. It's great. And I would be totally comfortable recommending it to anybody.